Back to Rebel Ants Radio. My name is Kevin, and I have the privilege of being joined today by my co host, co partner, co pilot, Miguel.
Master of the
how are you?
universe, you forgot.
Master of the universe, I forgot.
Yeah.
How are you, brother?
Chilling. How are you is the
Chilling,
question.
chilling.
How are you is the question. How was
Ooh,
surgery? How's your
say-
neck? How's your back? How's everything?
Overall, I'm feeling okay, but I get exhausted very easily, unlike before, which you would think, all right, you're sort of like, this overweight dad bod kind of guy. You probably don't have a lot of stamina. But yesterday, I tried to walk around the mall and I couldn't even keep up with my wife. Usually, I'm the one, 15 paces ahead.
You are. Usually you're like even
Yeah.
15 pieces ahead of me.
I couldn't even keep up with her. And I was like, by 9 o'clock at night last night, I was like, I got to go to bed. I can't. my whole body was hurting. So I've got some work to do to get my stamina back. As
What do you gotta
this 40-year-old, 41-year-old, nothing. I just need to move my legs more. I've left my house twice in the last 3 weeks.
Oh.
So I need to move more.
How was the surgery overall? Like, how did you feel while you were in there? Were you scared? Were you not scared? Did you think about me? Did you not think about me?
I always
You were
think
like, oh my God, maybe I won't see Miguel ever again. I'm devastated.
I always
like-
think about you
What happened?
and us and Revel Ants. Okay, let me tell you what happened. Surgery was scheduled on January 13th for 2:30 p.m. It just kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed, and it didn't really happen until 7 p.m.
Oh, wow.
It was supposed to be like a 3-hour surgery. Visiting hours were only till 8 p.m. So going into surgery so late meant that my wife wouldn't be able to see me after surgery, right?
Mhm.
Now, before I went in for the surgery, because we were running late, they tried to get started as much as they could. They put the anesthesia line in me without giving me the anesthesia yet. Like they hooked me up and everything. They put it in me. Finally, by the time I get wheeled into the OR, I've never really been in an OR room before. This is my first surgery.
Okay.
The only time I was in an operating room was when my wife gave birth to our younger son. But I wasn't really paying attention to what else was going on around. I was just looking at her guts on the table because they take her guts out. It's really gross. And then there's my baby. So I wasn't paying attention much. So January 13th, I get wheeled into the OR. They put me on the table, and I turned to the woman who's positioning me. I said, "Can you tell me what all these people here are doing?" There was a lot of people in the room. What do they all do? I'm just curious. This is the way my mind works. I want to understand what's happening. I knocked out immediately. They must have hooked me up to that anesthesia because I did not get an answer. The next thing I know, I'm waking up in 2 in the morning in the recovery zone, and I'm all by myself. It's dark, and first thing I do is wiggle my my fingers and my toes and make sure I'm not paralyzed. And it was incredible that the pain I was feeling in my back, neck, and left arm, due to a severely herniated disc at the C6, C7 level, was just fixed. They also replaced the C5, C6 disc because
So they just replaced the disc? That's all they do?
Yeah, so they replaced the disc. There's 2 types of ways to handle this situation. If anyone in the audience has any experience with the neck or the back or spinal disc replace, interested to hear what numbers you got. But I did the C5 through C7. So yeah, they replaced the disc. You could either do a fusion or a disc replacement. Based on your age and some other circumstances, a disc replacement is preferred, but not always possible. So I was eligible for the disc replacement. They replaced those discs. So now I have titanium plates in my neck.
Are you bionic now?
I am bionic. Yes, thank you.
Nice. I like that.
Thank you. Yes. So I'm excited to, just put this all behind me, move on, have a normal neck again, just be able to do things normally.
Yeah. Are you still going to be able to run and do all the shit that you used to do?
Yeah, they say, it takes about 3 months to get back to full ability of doing things, but still need to be careful. So I'm only 3 weeks into this. But they cut in through the front of your neck, which is super gross.
Wow.
And then they just move your spinal cord over. It's gross. So I've got this sweet scar on my neck that's still in the healing phases.
You can tell people you were gangster.
I do have some good backstories lined up. I'll see which one hits the best. And then, of course, the classic line of you should see the other guy, right? That's always how it's going to end.
Yeah, probably should.
They try to do these incisions on the folds of your neck so that it's less obvious. And over time, they really do blend in. But at least the folds of your neck hide those things. So I am excited to be back on air with you. And
I'm glad you're back.
We have a lot to do this year. We got big plans. And But listen, I want to remind everyone, all 26 of you, if there are 26 of you out there, maybe you're all bots, I don't know, but we are introducing a new tipping commenting service called Super Tip. You'll see the QR code here at the top of the screen. Supertip.gg/rebel. This is your chance to do AI voice generated tips. So my voice is in there and Miguel's voice is in there. So you can send in a tip of us saying basically anything you want us, to hear us saying in our own voice. So, preferably something making fun of each
Yep.
other or ourselves is what should be used for that. So definitely head over to supertip.gg/rebel. You can do text tips. Those will get, priority for us to show. And then you can also do the AI voice tips. And so you can, put in a comment in my own voice or a comment in Miguel's voice. And we look forward to seeing who can come up with the funniest tip. Miguel said whoever has the funniest voice tip gets a free Rebel Ant airdropped
Sure.
to them. So
I'll make that happen.
people, tip away.
So a lot's been going on, right, in the space since you've been gone.
Oh my
Lots.
God. Yeah. Well,
Crashing, NFT suck, crypto sucks, you suck. Like, it's crazy.
yeah, you know what? I was trying to like follow along while I was basically bedridden for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I didn't do a very good job, but it really didn't seem like there was a real narrative of things happening. There wasn't like a new
Mhm.
hot meta of anything happening. Coins were just dying off. And then I was seeing these articles about other services shutting down, which we'll take a look at in a little bit. So it was all sort
Yeah.
of not great. There's definitely some hopes of light, various projects. But big picture wise, it was like, oh, the only thing happening right now are things are shutting down. It's the new year and people are realizing, oh, we can't keep doing this. So I guess a little disheartening in that way. But as we've always seen, the market goes on and the stronger, more dedicated people will stick around, and hopefully that
Survive,
helps
yeah.
build legitimacy and legacy.
Yeah. Some will survive, some will die, some will cry.
Keep going. I like this. I like
That's
this
what
rhyme.
the market does. That's what it does.
Can I
What it
show you
does.
something?
Can you show me something? As
Yeah,
long as it's not your underwear. Yeah.
it's not my underwear, although I should pull up my screen here because I was a
What,
little.
what do you got? What do you got?
I've never vibe coded anything, right? I don't know what I'm doing, but I just said I wonder what I could do with just one prompt. Like what could happen with one prompt.
Mhm.
So let me
Did you
show you.
vibe code?
Huh?
Did you vibe code?
Not, I spent 30, literally 3 minutes on this today, but I was just like, I don't know where to start, so let me just start somewhere. But I've been watching a lot of YouTube streams about Replit for vibe coding.
Mhm.
It's a great system, it seems like, to build things. And so I wanted to just kind of see like what would happen if I did this. So I went over to Replit and I just said, this is it. This is my whole prompt. I want to build an interactive web-based two-player card game based on card images and instructions I've uploaded here. Review the attachments and let me know what questions you have. So I uploaded, I don't know, I guess will it show me here? No. I uploaded the instructions for the card game
Mhm.
and the images of the cards.
Okay.
That was it. The instructions meant for like physical playing, and then the images of the cards. It didn't do anything with the images. It didn't understand what it was doing. I realized I could have done like a CSV upload, but I was like, let me just see what happens here, right? Like, where do I start? So then it said, I'll help you build the Rebel Ants card game, two-player web-based game, a game engine, multiplayer, data, visuals.
Did it not read the images? Is that what happened?
It did not. It did not.
But it should have told you why, and I guess it didn't do that.
Yeah, it gave me this prompt here as like the starting screen
Yeah.
where it said like new game or join game, right? So, I've never visualized what it would look as a web-based game. Only the physical game is, what I've spent many hours on. So I just thought even this was interesting to say, oh yeah, okay, this is how you would, get started here. So it says, enter your name. So I did like Rourke and then create a room. And then it gives you like a challenger code.
Okay.
So like, it just came up with this on its own, right? Now, because this is like a local website, I don't have a way to like open another link to it. So I just took that
Well,
code.
it does that too.
I went back and then said, I'm going to join that game.
Yeah. It's building the code, so then you got to host it somewhere.
Yeah. So I just thought even this was interesting based on the way, because in the
that's cool.
instructions, I describe how the layout of the card game is. And it read that and like still did this. Now this is, you know, probably 5% of the game from a visual standpoint,
Mhm.
but I just even thought this was interesting to get to this point where it shows you start with the 3 cards. It shows one deck on the left, one deck on the right. It shows you what your role was. It shows you what your health is down here. It shows you how many cards the other player has and what their health is. So I was like,
Wow,
oh,
that's
this is a
dope.
good start, right? This is a
Yeah.
good start for like the least amount of information possible that I could have given it. So I am encouraged to kind of see if I can do something out of
Are you
this.
hooked now?
I'm not hooked because I know I got to start paying money now. This was just the free, you know, one day
Version.
worth of credits to say what can you do.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I do think that this game could exist online, and if you integrate it into the blockchain, then there's ways to put it on chain for you know, play history, almost the way that like, you know, chess.com has rankings, right? There could be rankings on this,
Mhm.
whether it's against each other. You could do tournaments online, you could do payments via crypto, you know, whatever the appropriate coin is. So I do think there's a version of this that could live online. It's just, you know, another side quest for us. But as I develop the card game and learn how to refine that, it just makes me think, oh, because it's so confined from a logical aspect, it's not like building decks where there's new cards being added all the time. It's just
Mhm.
like these things should stack pretty easily and clearly within an isolated environment like this. So I would love to see it built out this way, but I think I'm still, you know, playtesting in person. So that's what I wanted to show you today.
That's
Um,
pretty cool.
yeah, I was like, because again, it just like it gave me a visual that I wouldn't have come up with probably on my own
Yeah.
this fast. So it's like, okay, I like this. This is a good start. This is good.
Yeah,
Whew.
not bad.
Um, all right, hold on a second. Let's jump over here and
Can we take a look at well, I don't, what you got next?
no, go ahead. Yeah, let's look at some floor prices before we jumped
Yeah,
into
let's look at some
the
floor
pulse check
prices.
of the crash of the century.
Yeah.
The crash of the century. Is that what the kids are calling it?
Who knows?
That's a good point. Who knows?
I
So
don't
the
pay attention to
Saints of
crashes.
LA and Chumps on
Yeah.
Ape Community have been pushing real hard for this road to 500. And
Yeah.
they're already doing a good job. They're already making some sweet progress. So shout out to the Chumps community. Shout out to the community leaders. We got Mo pushing hard. We got, you know, Casey Montero, not to be confused with the other Casey, pushing real hard.
Who's the other KC?
Right. So right now the floor is at just about 200, and we've seen it here, and it's still a very thin floor. I mean, it jumps up
Yeah.
so fast just to get up to like, you know, 250 here, right? So definitely on its way, and it goes back to the community having to be the ones to say, yes, we are going to delist or we're going to list higher, right?
Yeah. So what's the floor? 199?
199.
Pretty good floor.
It is a pretty good floor. It is. It is. I've sold all my ape for basically floor.
Interesting.
No, I'm kidding. But I think it's an interesting process to say, hey, can we as the holders collectively agree to delist or list higher? You know, not to sell shame anyone. Yeah, if you need money, if you need whatever, like if you want to do something else with it, go ahead.
Yeah.
But if you can get the majority of people to agree, yeah, let's just keep pushing it higher. It's a self-made. Oh man, somebody just listed. God, this is embarrassing. You know, it's I don't want to say it's artificial because it's truly what's happening by the community, but I think it's an interesting attempt to control the floor price and raise the even the visibility of the project to say,
And
look, yeah,
Ape is cheaper
200,
than
yeah, it's 14 cents,
yeah.
but you know, 200 ape is not nothing. So I think it's pretty cool. I think things are going well there. And I think there are things to learn from that and things that the community can learn from that when they say, oh, yeah, look, that worked. Let's do it again or let's try it this way. Right.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the Saints of LA.
I'm like super thirsty today.
Yeah. From all the sweating you've been doing.
Oh no, I know why.
Is
This,
it the STDs?
huh?
Hmm?
Did you say if I had STDs?
No, I didn't ask. I said, is it from the STDs?
No, bitch. It's from some stupid drink I was drinking earlier.
Some stupid drink I was drinking earlier called
Infused drink.
STD.
Infused seltzer.
Infused seltzer, like
Yeah.
HTC.
Yeah.
Ooh, how was that?
It's actually really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some. I might. Oh, I'm not gonna come over next week because it's the Super Bowl. But the week after that, I'm coming over.
Like really good.
Like really good.
But now I'm like super thirsty for some reason.
Yeah, because you're high as a fucking kite.
It
All right.
sure am.
Lore of the Saints sitting at
Sure am.
0.05. That's $123. Not so shabby given the conditions of the market right now. So, the cool thing about the Saints and the Chumps, like they all look good, right? Like they're all good looking NFTs, all that you'd feel good about holding. So look at this one, like the blue hair on the blue background. Love it.
Yeah, I do like that one.
Love it. So good things happening there. Good things happening in those communities. Any other things you wanted to look at before we?
Yeah, us.
I reached out to OpenSea again to say where are we? These are all the wrong ones. Like, why are these even showing and ours isn't?
Yeah, I don't know.
These don't have anything. They
So-
don't have any activity.
When it happened to me the other day, I had to go into the V1 collection to be able to get to the V2 collection, which is fucking stupid. I don't understand how they do that.
What I usually do is, no, not that. I usually go to our website and then just click on OpenSea.
That works.
It does. $15. You're welcome. Again, some beauties here. Look at this one. This is looking dope.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that bad boy right there. Whew. Some good things happening here. 10% unique owners. How many are listed right now? Does it show that? I don't know how to read OpenSea anymore.
It doesn't show how many are listed on the top.
Hey, hold on. I got to click on listed. 26 listed. That's not many.
No, that's not many.
Not many out of points, out of 5,554.
Yeah.
Don't ask about that missing one.
Whoops.
Whoops, no big deal, no big deal.
I was testing something, all right?
Yeah, you sure were. You sure were testing something. You were testing these nuts.
Nah.
That's stupid.
I can't hear him
Use
say
your common
anything.
sense.
What do you mean?
When you play the video, I don't hear it.
That's not true.
No, really.
You
Do it
can't.
again.
That's what she said.
Nothing. I hear nothing.
Something's
You're
not
rusty.
set up correctly on your end then.
Rusty.
No, are you able to hear it typically when I'm playing remotely?
Yeah.
And you can't hear that?
No.
No,
Did you hear it in your end?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't hear it. That means that the people watching did not hear it either.
They can all hear it. Trust me.
Hey, did you see that Mason had Gary Vee in his show?
Oh, that was hot.
It was.
That was impressive.
Did you see the whole thing?
No, I didn't. It's been on I got my to watch later list.
So this is what I didn't I love the fact that Mason had him there, but to be honest, it's always like the same questions over and over that we continue to ask Gary Vee.
Yeah. You had some thoughts on that?
Huh? You
had some thoughts on that?
Yeah, I did. I posted like some realistic questions that I really want to ask him, like some hard questions about, the Web3 space and even outside the Web2 space. But these are questions that never been asked to him, at least that I know of, because I watch a lot of Gary Vee shit.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anybody ask him any of these questions that I put up on X. But of course, nobody sees my shit, so it all went into the wind.
Well, you've upgraded to premium, so maybe now the world
Premium Plus.
Sorry, now the world will be
At my
exposed
fingertips.
to you.
No, I just sent X a message earlier because I upgraded. I paid for the year. It was like almost $500 or whatever the fuck it was. But it didn't upgrade for some reason. And then when I messaged X, they said that it could take a couple of days to a couple of weeks.
What? What year is this?
Why? I have no idea.
Oy, oy, oy. Well, listen, Gary and I are both from Long Island, so we have a lot in common.
Is he from Long Island?
Oh my God. What do you know about him? Actually, I don't know. Let's look this up. Where is Gary Vaynerchuk from?
I know he's a Jets fan.
He is a Jets fan. Place of birth. Belarus. No, but no. I think he grew up on Long Island. Yeah. Grew up in Queens, Long Island. Anyway.
He's from Queens?
Yeah, it's Long Island.
Okay. Thanks for the geography.
Listen, some people from Queens and even Brooklyn do not like being called Long Islanders, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Whatever.
So listen, the market is not looking good. The world is...
Let's talk about the market. As I watch my 3D printer print, I mean.
What are you printing? Anything good?
Yeah. Some
Yeah.
cool shit.
Okay. ETH down 20% in 7 days is a little.
I was gonna say 20%, way more than 20%.
No, that's what ETH is
But
down.
in 7 days, yes.
7 days. Yeah, that's a lot.
That is a
That's
lot.
a lot. We are approaching we're approaching the 2,000 mark here. And
Sub zero.
the Kalshi predictors are saying 1,500. Could you imagine ETH at 1,500?
I can't even, it was at 1,500 at one point.
Well, obviously it was, it didn't get here by jumping over.
Which is going back.
It's been a while.
We're going back to 1,500. The road to 1,500 back in history, baby.
Do any of these drops concern you specifically? Is it like, is the Solana drop more worrisome than the Bitcoin drop or vice versa?
Solana, you know how I feel about Solana. I don't really care about Solana.
Yeah. I mean, Solana has seen some crazy swings though, from $8 up to.
I will never take Solana seriously, ever in my life.
Fair enough.
But ETH, yes. It'll go up again. I mean, I'm not worried about it. Are you worried about it?
I'm not. Well, I'm worried about how long it could stay dropped, like low. I assume things will always go back up and they will always hit new highs at some point.
But why are you skeptical about how low it's going to go?
Well, I just think with all the, the big corporations and governments that have now pushed into crypto.
Yeah.
They're about to feel, the pain that you and I have felt over the last 10 years.
They're the ones doing this.
That part's true.
You really don't think that they're the ones manipulating the price now that they own so much of it? Of course it is.
Yeah, I mean, what did I see about the strategy coin or strategy company from Michael Saylor? That this is now the first time that the average cost of buying or the price of Bitcoin is below the average cost of buying. So now that's all at a loss.
Well, don't forget also it's tax season. So what happens during tax season? People owe money. In order to pay it, they cash out.
They got to sell. They got to cash out.
Some people cash out at a loss purposely so they can even out on their taxes.
Yeah, but they usually cash out a loss at the end of the year for the tax harvesting. So they know how much they could show as a loss. And then just buy back the next day, which, it's great that there's no fucking rules on that.
But there are also people selling just to pay taxes next year again.
Yes, right.
It's the taxes for this year.
They just keep pushing.
Yeah.
But Bitcoin, I still think 77,000 for Bitcoin. I'm like, that's a pretty good number for Bitcoin.
It is a pretty good.
Is it lower than
the number for it?
Yeah. Is it lower than it's been? In
a while.
Time, sure, but still 77,000 is like.
Let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy. It's been only a few months.
Yeah, but also remember when I said to you, this is the last time we'll ever see X again as the price of Bitcoin. You said 70,000.
I did.
We might be seeing, not 70,000.
No, you think it's gonna go below 70? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Here's my problem. What's his name? This guy, the one who predicts the market all the time that everyone hates.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Something with a B.
Whatever his name is. I hate when he goes on X and Kramer, yeah. I hate when he goes on X and he just tries to predict something. Today he was saying something about that Bitcoin was going back up to 85, and I was automatically, the moment I read it, I was like, fuck, no, motherfucker. He just fucked up the whole market. Now it's going really to 70. Hopefully not below 70.
Yeah.
Kramer, why does he have to get involved with anything?
Well, that's his job.
Crypto related. No, he can stay in the regular markets.
That's his
Deal
job.
with that shit. No one cares about the regular market anymore.
A reminder, if you're watching
on X, tokenized.
If you're watching on X, like the stream, retweet the stream, bookmark the stream, print out the stream, give it to your kids for
tip.
January, February holidays.
Put in the tip.
And head over to supertip.gg/rebel for your chance to do some AI voice generated.
You need to put the tip on every.
I know. I was a little hesitant about, this scene. It's a little trickier because if you have 3 people, then it takes up all the space here.
That's
for like a QR code.
That's a good point. Can you put it transparently, like on the left side?
I can do it anywhere.
You have it there. Look at you.
I can just pop it in right here.
Look at you.
with just us two, we can leave this here, and then we can always, move it around when there's three of us.
I like it.
Yeah.
Mr. Manipulator.
So, I was trying to understand what's causing the crash, right? I don't know these things. I'm not a market guy, but I was just like, what is causing this, right? So, I was reading a bunch of different articles, but I thought this one had some good
I was
insights.
being blamed for the market crashing, by the way.
I know you are. I saw this over at CoinDesk from today. It's called Bitcoin's Hopium for Bulls may be over, and this weekend slide could be just the beginning. Bitcoin's sharp weekend drop triggered fresh liquidations, with analyst Eric Crown warning the market may face months of further downside. What to know? Bitcoin fell below 78,000 on Saturday, sparking a wave of liquidations as traders said the recent rally had exhausted demand and liquidity thinned. Analyst argues that the move fits a broader bearish setup, citing long-term technical indicators that are turning bearish, and Crown sees potential downside of $50,000 to $60,000 range, viewing that zone as an attractive area to accumulate long-term positions after speculative leverage was washed out. So there's there's definitely some sentiment that this is just going to keep dropping. There were some other interesting points in here that were helpful for me to understand. Let me see here. Crown points to several technical indicators that have historically foreshadowed deeper corrections. The monthly MACD, as the kids call it, which is the moving accumulation convergence and divergence. Crossed down in November, a rare signal that preceded extended downturns in previous cycles. Additionally, the weekly 21 versus 55, another technical indicator, recently crossed into bearish territory. When this happens, it is typically followed by multi-month losses. And the 2025 yearly chart closed as a shooting star, a candlestick pattern that often signals a medium-term reversal. So the indicators are there to these market boys that it's not good.
I kind of agree to an extent, but I don't think it's going to go down to like 50.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I just think now we're at a point where a lot of institutions are buying Bitcoin. So
I hope we see this as the chance to say, oh, look, it's on sale. Let's go buy it now cheaper.
Yeah, I'm sure Saylor is gonna stick his hand in there, but like a lot of banks, a lot of now your 401k, Fidelity, and all those guys are gonna be able to. I think they already introduced Bitcoin, but I think they're also going to introduce a whole bunch of other coins. So I think eventually, if they start buying that, it'll pull the whole market up.
Yeah, even right here it says retail traders are running for the exit amid Bitcoin sell-off, while mega whales are quietly buying the dip. Right.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
This is the dip. So these retailers are the ones who are probably, somebody convinced their organization we should be buying Bitcoin. Now somebody's looking at them saying, "You idiot! Now we've lost all this money."
Yeah.
Recoup what you can. And
let me tell you what really happened, son.
Exactly.
Let me school you on the market for 1 second. There was all these institutions at the beginning of the year buying Bitcoin, right? At a very expensive rate. Then what happens is now they sell, right? They sell that and they create a panic where retailers, not like institutions, would sell at the same point just because they're creating the chaos. And then what happens is dip to a point where all these institutions go back and they rebuy again at a lower price. That's usually what happens. But people are just retarded and they panic and they sell. I mean, that's the truth. That's the reality of manipulation of the market. It's been happening for years. This is what institutions do. This is why retail investment is important to them, because they're able to manipulate how retailers think when they want to sell their stuff. All you got to do is just have a company that can buy a lot of something, buy it, right? And then sell it high, create a panic, retailers panic, they sell, and now those institutions go back and rebuy it at a lower price. That's usually what happens. Not rocket science.
We've seen this grift before.
Yeah. I mean, it's the truth. That's what happens in the market. Trust me or don't trust me, but
I believe you. Thank you for that.
You're very welcome. Did you like that?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, what else we got?
So, you and I had talked about how the old Nifty Gateway was shutting
Oh
down.
yeah.
Or that
How crazy
Rodeo
is
was
that?
shutting down, and so, oof. There was
Why
a
were they
post
shutting
from
down?
Nifty Gateway. Today we're announcing that the Nifty Gateway platform will be closing on February 23rd, starting today. It's in withdrawal only mode. It was launched in 2020 with
Crazy.
a vision of
I don't even have
revolutionizing
anything in
digital
Nifty
art.
Gateway.
Huh?
I don't think so. Wondering if I have anything in Nifty Gateway.
Yeah, the only thing I thought, I had on Nifty Gateway was a open edition mint from Pablo Stanley that was related
Yeah, I bought
to
that too. I
Humankind.
remember.
When I tried to log in to Nifty Gateway, trying many different logins and wallets, it wasn't there, and I don't know where it is. So
I think I took it. I'm pretty sure I took mine's out.
it's very possible I took mine out. I just don't know where it is still. Maybe I moved it to some Coinbase wallet. I don't know. But even when I went to Google, looking for that, you can see here, I searched for a Pablo Stanley Nifty Gateway, and it's this. This is an open edition piece for Humankind.
That was it.
When I
Yeah.
click this, nothing. It's just telling
Uh,
you that it's shutting down. It doesn't even let you like look at that post. So I guess when they say they're going into shutdown mode, it means all their content is just being shut down.
I wonder what happened that they're shutting down too.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you ask that because there's another service that said it was shutting down, and in their posts, they basically said, "Hey, this was our vision, and it didn't work out." So let me show you that one. This is from Rodeo, which we have looked at in the past as well. Rodeo is like a social network on chain
Mhm.
with art
We
and
did look at this.
articles.
Yeah.
Every post was its own coin essentially, or every creator was its own coin. So today we're sharing that we made the decision to wind down Rodeo. This wasn't an easy call from the beginning. Rodeo was built around a clear ambition to bring collecting on chain into the mainstream in a way that felt social, expressive, and human. We believed collecting could be playful and communal, not just transactional. That belief guided every product decision we made. And then ultimately, Rodeo didn't achieve its core objective. So it's like, this is what we were trying to do, and we
Oh, shit.
couldn't do it. And is it to say it's their fault? Is it to say there was no product market fit? Is it to say
Yeah.
there wasn't enough traction? But it's like the thing you were trying to do didn't work, right? Obviously that's why they're shutting down. But what does that say about us as the peoples on the NFT webs?
That we don't like change.
Yeah, it's like, this is not a service. This is not what we want, right? Is that what we're saying? Are we saying that we don't want a way to collect on chain in a social, expressive, and human way? Like, is that too dreamy? Is that too far of a realistic thing for us?
It's crazy because we're quick to complain about like OpenSea, and we're quick to complain
Right.
about what's the other one?
Magic Eden.
Whatever. Magic Eden.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck all
But
of
yet, but yet, like when other social places come up, or other like, you know, other platforms come up, we're very quick to shut them down.
Yeah. Or not give them a chance, or
Not give them a chance. Yeah.
the first time I heard about Rodeo, it was very interesting. I was very intrigued. I think it was related to Jack Butcher, but it was like, oh, how come I haven't heard of this before? There was a
Yeah.
lot of activity on it, not enough, I guess, to keep them afloat, but it's just like I assume if something's not on my radar, it's just not popular enough, which is not the right way to say it, but it's like I try to, I go out looking for these things.
Yeah.
So if they're not surfaced on the lists of people that I follow or the news article, the newsletters
care
I
about
get,
it,
or
yeah.
whatever it is, it's like, well, I guess it's not that big.
You know what's funny? Like when Magic Eden came out, I don't know if you remember, but they were like really aggressive on marketing.
Yeah. They were supposed to be the other guy, right?
Yeah, I mean they were very aggressive in marketing, and they won at the beginning when they first came out. They really took out OpenSea for sure.
Yeah. But then remember they did that weird incentive, which kind of crashed everything.
Oh yeah, they fucked everything up afterwards. But
Yeah.
and I went back to OpenSea, but but at the beginning they were really strong. Like ME was very strong at the beginning. It was just the marketing tactics that they came up with. I thought that they were like really abrupt. Like they were strong.
Yeah. And look, they had to make a name for themselves. They're still out there. They're obviously
Yeah.
still
But-
one of the main contenders.
I was
But
gonna say if there's top three, I think ME's one of them, right? I think OpenSea would probably be number one.
yeah. Yeah. And speaking of OpenSea, for a while now they've been teasing their token, and they had announced it
For a
in
long while.
February. They announced it in February of 2025, right? So a year ago they announced it. Then, just to remind people, they said Q1 was of this year is when it's going to come out. Now you look at these market conditions and say, is someone going to launch a coin now? Is this the best time, or does this get pushed back? This article is from October, but again, just to kind of point out that the Q1 launch. So OpenSea confirms Q1 launch for C token with half of supply allocated to community. The token will be integrated into OpenSea, allowing users to stake behind favorite collections or projects. Now we've been hearing or speculating a
For a
C
while now,
for years and years and years. So it'll be interesting to see if they stay on track. It'll be interesting to see what the reception is to that. Are people waiting around for this, hoping that this is going to either bring liquidity into the market because now people will have money on hand to just sell. But I have a bunch of other stories and articles here about tokens because it's just like, I don't know, things with tokens just don't feel good right now. And I know you and I have talked about a token for Rebel Ants, but more for the ecosystem instead of just having a token, just something that actually has some real utility. But let's look at some of these other things that have been happening around tokens because it's just like, it just doesn't feel good that things are not happening as people hope, or people are massively getting wiped out due to tokens. Let's start with Moonbirds.
Oh
So
yeah, what happened?
Moonbirds, their NFT prices were staying pretty strong. People really believed in what Spencer is doing with the project now and the attention he's putting in. And I'm not saying that he is wrong or right about any of this, or that Burb is the wrong call, but people were critical of Burb at first, and then when you look at what happened to the price, like the price opened higher than what people had speculated at. I think
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
it was over 200 million market cap, and then you can see just within the last couple of days here, it's just crashed.
Drop, yeah.
Yeah, it's below 60 million now. Yeah, it's 62 million now. So it's just like Moonbirds is one of the bigger projects, right? Even though their NFT price or their floor price isn't as much as an Ape or a Pudgy or a Punk, it's still one of the bigger projects. And their coin, again, market conditions are terrible, but it's like they launched a coin and it's not working out right now. Maybe the utility will kick back in once the market balances out, but it's like, okay, you look at one of the biggest projects launching a coin and it doesn't work for them. It's like, oh, that's not encouraging at all, right?
yeah. I mean, how do you feel about all these coins in general? Like everybody who launches a coin, it just never works, right?
Yeah, I don't like it. I think about the coins that we grinded for that all went to nothing. You look at the coin grind, right? Remember that from that was a big deal. And remember all the campaigns that Casey Montero was on grinding for coins, and those didn't really turn out into anything with the real world assets, grinding for those tokens. Like, it doesn't turn into anything. It's like, unless you're sitting there watching, really timing out the highs and the lows of it.
Yeah.
You can't just assume, I was grinding for something, I got an airdrop and I'm good. Like, it doesn't work like that anymore.
No.
It doesn't work like that anymore. And if you're just trying to do like meme coin trading, it's even scarier, right? Like, the windows are just so short to turn a profit on anything.
Yeah. It almost feels like there's a group of people that already know when the coin's gonna launch, when it's gonna
right.
When to
Some real
sell.
manipulators.
Yeah. It just doesn't feel good at all.
I know. This was an interesting discussion from Jesse Pollock from the base team over at Coinbase. So he says, in a world where everything is tokenized, one of the hardest emerging challenges is how to give early stage and new builders visibility and reach without creating negative incentives in the market, right? So this is really what you and I were just saying. Like, things feel manipulated. But how do you give the visibility to somebody who might have a good idea or a good product without then, people rushing money to pump it and sell it? He says this reach is critical for enabling new builders to get feedback, improve their product, and make it, but it's increasingly complex to give. Before, someone builds something cool, it's not tokenized, and amplifying it helps them get their first users so they can iterate and learn. Now, because even the earliest stage products are tokenized, amplifying also creates market incentives to buy, which can lead to all sorts of negative externalities over time. Me, the base team, and really the whole industry are trying to figure out how to adapt. What ideas do you have for how to solve this new world? And then here's an example. He said, to make this...
It's not a new world. It's what it's always been.
That's true. But I think tokenizing more than ever is like the default,
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So he says the rise of Claude agents on base have accelerated over the last week. It was started by BankerBot and OX Deployer, who are the leaders in agentic AI and base. Owes a massive credit to them. Very grateful. Yada yada yada. In parallel, we've seen the emergence of new builders who are creating infrastructure for agents. Two examples are Claunch and Dev and Multilaunch. In both cases, they're iterating fast, communicating clearly, making an impact. But whereas amplifying these projects a year ago might have been an easy way to help them get visibility, today, because both are tokenized, it's much more challenging. The tokenization dynamic does a few things. It creates a PvP dynamic price-wise. If they go up, who goes down? It amplifies risk, and it makes everything faster, twitch, and high pressure. So I think it's an interesting problem to look at and say, we want to amplify these builders, we want to promote new things that are happening, but we don't want to just crash the market over and over again or make people feel like they should be investing into something.
I mean, we've been talking about this for months. We've been saying this for months, that they just continue the same cycle over and over. You know who I blame? I blame Solana for all this.
For the meme coins?
Yeah, I blame Solana for everything.
So now you also have World Token, right? This is Sam Altman's.
Yeah, I saw this.
Allegedly not attached to OpenAI, Sam Altman's token. World Token jumps 27% as Sam Altman reportedly eyes a biometric social network to kill off bots. The World Token surged after Forbes reported that Sam Altman's OpenAI is planning to use WorldCoin to fight bots online. So the TLDR is that the token jumped sharply on Wednesday after a Forbes report said that is exploring a biometric social network to combat online bots. It said OpenAI has considered using Apple's Face ID or World's iris scanning orb device to verify human users, though no formal partnership between OpenAI and World has been confirmed. World Network, which raised $135 million and says it's verified millions of people, is pitching its World ID system as a privacy-focused way to prove personhood online, even as it faces regulatory scrutiny in countries such as Kenya and the UK. So it's like, okay, this sounds extreme, right? This is where people get scared about scanning their irises. But like, is that how far we have to go to have a bot-free environment? And do we want a bot-free environment? Like, aren't we seeing benefits of having agentic bots interact with these sort of things?
I don't know, man. I think it's a good idea.
I do think it's a good idea too. I think, you sent me an article, which we'll look at in just a second, about how X basically shut down InfoFi, right? Because that was filling the timeline with spam and bots and, causing extra work on their servers. But there's also this balance of saying, well, AI can be useful when it can see what's happening, right? If it can understand and find these trends and identify trends, that could be helpful. But if AI is not allowed into this network because it's, blocked by, your iris ID, then you lose that ability, right? Then we're cutting out the benefits of agentic bots. So I don't know what the balance is. Maybe there's space for just humans and a space for humans and bots to play. But I think that's the problem we're facing now, is like, it's so muddled.
I don't know, man. I think that I don't know. I kind of agree with it. I mean, I kind of like that. I don't know if
you like humans only.
No. I kind of agree with the biometrics thing that he's creating.
Yeah, same. But then it'll be bot free essentially, because only humans can be verified because of scanning your iris. So you don't think that there's value in having bots being able to interact with the data that's being exchanged between humans?
I don't think so.
Wow. You sound like a real, old person. What do we need the internet
it's
for?
Not that.
I got all my programs on on this TV.
Okay, why do you feel strong about it? Like, why do you feel it's a good thing?
Because I think.
Let's argue about it.
Well, I don't want to argue. You're a nice guy. No, I think we've seen benefits of having AI or agentic bots being able to track either trends or data online, be able to pull out, even if it's your own things, even if it's saying, hey, here's all my tweets, help me understand, the decisions I've made or the way that based on these tweets, how would I respond to this question, right? These are my thoughts in tweets. Take my thought process and my voice, and how would I respond
Yeah.
to something else, right? You lose that when you keep bots out of that, right?
Yeah. Continue.
I think that's just one example. But then you also, you have AI tracking things like the prediction markets, right? There's certainly AI involved there to help even track sentiment.
But you're talking about just tracking bots, like, I'm talking more about like bots that manipulate the market.
Sure. No, I agree. But I think bots, maybe bots are bots. Maybe I'm simplifying it. But if you're saying you can only access this network if your ID is, if your eyes are scanned, then you keep out all bots.
I don't know if they mean all bots. I think they just mean bots that are manipulating the market.
Oh, good bots and bad bots.
There are, yeah. If you really think about it, yeah.
I know there are. But the bad bots are gonna look like they're good bots. They're meant to trick you. All right, so here's that discussion about X that you had shared. From attention to action, the next experiment in crypto incentives. This is from today, an hour and a half ago. What time is it? Hour and a half ago. When X moved in January to ban so-called information finance or InfoFi apps that rewarded users for posting an engagement, the decision triggered a market collapse that vaporized over $500 million in token value almost overnight. The platform cited a surge in AI-generated spam and low-quality replies that were degrading the feed, but the real story unfolded in the markets. Tokens like Cato and CookieDAO crashed 40% plus amid whale dumps and panic selling, exposing Web3's fatal dependency on centralized platform APIs. I think everybody would agree they don't want to see those shitty shit posts on their timeline. But a lot of this token farming that we were just talking about has kind of caused all that, right? So imagine having to deal with the shit posting plus the shitty coins, and then like, well, what is any of this for, right?
That's what's happening now.
I don't want the timelines.
That's what's happening now, though. Do you disagree?
Well, I think this is what's trying to solve it, right? This is trying to fix part of that. So it'll be interesting to see
it's needed.
What the next meta is.
I think a nice
I agree
is needed.
I agree that that's needed. But I think there'll always be something else, right? There'll always be another wave of ways to track attention and track sentiment. Okay, I got one more thing on coins, and then we can kind of talk about what you got going on this week, because you've got some big plans.
All
right, here's a post from Vitalik. We don't have to read the whole thing, but he's saying
still alive.
He's still alive. How I would do creator coins. This is from like today. This is from this morning. Okay.
Yeah.
So he says, we've seen about 10 years of people trying to do content incentivization in crypto, from early stage platforms like Bihu and Steemit to BitClout in 2021 to Zora to tipping features inside of decentralized social and more. So far, I think we have not been very successful. And I think this is because the problem is fundamentally hard. So he just kind of talks about the structure of these programs that are really, they're not promoting good content. They're not promoting quality content. They're taking people who are already popular and just amplifying the already popular people instead of saying, where's the good content, right? And what makes it good content? So he's comparing it to Substack, where people pay for, they subscribe to somebody's Substack, they pay to see the articles that person's writing. He's saying that's a better indicator than some of the other things we've seen. And so he says, you may disagree with many of these authors, but I have no doubt that they are, on the whole, high quality and contribute positively to the discussion. They are mostly people who would not have been elevated without Substack's presence. So Substack is genuinely surfacing high quality and pluralism. We can compare to creator coin projects. I don't want to pick on a single one because I think there's a failure mode to the entire category. And he's saying basically the top 10 people are people who already have high social status, who are often impressive, but primarily for reasons other than the content they create, right? So if you're just famous because you're a business person that has, been incredibly wealthy, it doesn't mean that you're creating good content online, right? So that may not be the best person for incentivizing creator coins. So his suggestion is tokens. So he's saying, now here's where the tokens come in. In general, one of my hypotheses this decade is that a large portion of effective governance mechanisms will all have the form factor of large number of people and bots participating in a prediction market, with the output oracle being a diverse set of people optimized for mission alignment and capture resistance. In this case, what we would do is anyone can become a creator and create a coin. And then if they get admitted to a creator DAO, a portion of their proceeds from the DAO are used to burn their creator coin. So he's talking about creating real niche collectives here.
Yeah.
And saying let the people decide the value of that. And then that goes, it kind of feeds into the cycle or the flywheel of a DAO. So, anything that Vitalik says is probably worth looking at or considering. He's no dummy. So it's interesting to kind of see where his head is at with this. Worth the read and worth some of the replies, reading some of the replies there as well.
How do you feel about the tokens that are being created that we talked about earlier in some of the shows, and that GU did and some of the projects did? How do you feel about it now that those people have launched these coins? Like,
Yeah,
not looking from the outside in.
the strategy token specifically for all of these strategies, even though some of them have their own tweaks and turning different levers, they will take a long time rather to play out because of the burn mechanics within it, right? So the burn of the coin will take longer to see the benefit of, to make it even more deflationary. And over time, it's what will raise the floor price of those projects, right? So I think Good Vibes Club has had some good progress with it. I don't know about Genuine Undead. I mean, just from a market cap perspective, I don't think it was especially impactful yet. I had it pulled up here before. Let's go back to this. Let's go to our watch list, our deck scan. The GU strategy is sitting at 128,000 market cap right now. I think it was a little higher at some point.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. But it's just a matter of how much action is happening with that, right? And as they said from the beginning, like they talked about it with their community first. They said this will only work if we use it, right? They need to use the token to build it. I don't know what's happened with the floor price of Genuine Undead since that. So let's just take a look and see. Sitting at 0.131. I like that. Do we have any insights here on the floor price? Okay, floor price is not shown favorable to that, so maybe it's not impacting that there, right? This is shown a decline. I mean, this is only 7 days, right? Can we go back? So maybe this is where it pushed it up right at the start of that. Some highs. It's not at an all-time high over the past 30 days, right? Obviously, we can see that. So it's certainly not swayed the entire direction of a project.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it might be rewarding the holders long term. I think we're still just a little too early to tell if these projects are working. If there's no other flywheel or mechanics behind it, I don't think it'll do much on its own. Like the initial one from Punks, like the very initial one, like there's nothing else going on there other than buy and burn and relist.
And how is that doing?
I don't know. I don't know either because they don't sell as many. All right, they don't sell as many. They don't have as much volume. Oops. Yeah, it's not doing anything for that either. It's not keeping the floor high, right? And I think that's sort of the goal, was to kind of keep relisting. But again, if people aren't using the token, which is what you'd have to check and see, are there sales of the token?
I don't know. I just don't see the value on the strategy coin like you do, at least. You're frozen.
I don't know that it's making.
What was that?
Here is, sorry, I think we lagged a little bit there. So here's the Punk strategy token.
And nothing.
Yeah, way down from the start of it. But then it's just a matter of are people buying and selling. So there are sales happening throughout the day. I mean, within the last hour, there's a number of sales here, right? But yeah, it's not pushing the floor price up. Also, we're looking at like a crazy market crash right now, right? So it's kind of hard to see how much of that is hurting everything else around it.
Yeah, but I think there's nothing to do with any strategy token besides the function that it has within that world, right? Like there's nothing else you can do with it.
Correct.
Yeah, so
the token itself is just meant to be sold.
Yeah, I just don't see the value on that. I don't see how the price can go up without a demand for it.
Right, the demand has to come from the community because of the burn mechanism. It's supposed to make the demand go up, right? Theoretically, but these
Yeah, but the
strategies
community
aren't
will have to. The community will have to sell, list, buy, right,
yes,
continuously for that to
yeah.
work. I just don't see that happening.
It may not be happening yet. It may take again. It may take some time for people to realize. Okay, the supply is reducing. It's dwindling. Here's a good chance to kind of push it through again. It may not work. It may not
I don't
work.
know. I don't.
The suggestion that I've made regarding Rebel Lance is just saying it would be good for us to have a token for our battle system or for any of the other games or
Right.
engines that we're putting together because there's an entry fee and there's a payout and a reward system that could also be tied to the NFT itself. So
Right.
if you find a way to integrate those things where people are going to actually use that token instead of ETH or APE or we were paying out
Mhm.
in Solana, right? Instead of paying out in Solana, let's pay out in a token that makes more sense for us.
Yeah.
You know, I would never day trade. I don't have the time, patience, or intelligence for that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, most of these strategy tokens don't have, if not all, they don't have like that backing. They just do
Yeah,
what they do, and that's it.
you're correct on most of them, especially because some of them were started not by the community. When TokenWorks launched these tokens,
Yeah.
a lot of it was just to say, here's a big project, we're attaching a token to it, let's see what happens. There's not really a downside to those because they're just going to run infinite, like, forever. They will just run infinitum. The original tokens that were launched by TokenWorks, some of those being the Checkster, which was the Jack Butcher one. There was the Burb one. There was the Pudgy one, the Ape one. All those were launched by TokenWorks, not really by the community of the project itself. So
Yeah.
I think it'll take some time. You're probably right that it may not turn into anything. I still think it's an interesting solution. Whether or not it yields a dollar amount, I think it's an interesting strategy.
I don't know. Casey's texting me that he's going to join us in a second.
Well, what if I told you I don't want him to?
It's too late.
That's a good point.
So, yeah, man, I don't think it's a good idea for us to go with a strategy token at all.
Well, then we will not do a strategy token. Casey, how are you, brother?
What's up? Oh, how are you, man?
What's up? What's up?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, how are you gentlemen doing?
Oh, just dandy, just dandy. We were just saying how strategy tokens don't work, according to Miguel, and you know what? His word is law around here, so that's fine.
I'm very interested in them. I don't know how they work long term. I understand that they do work for a certain period.
Yeah,
Right.
I think long term is where you'll see the benefit. I think short term,
I disagree.
without a use case for a community, I don't think you'll get much traction because people need to move the token in order for it to
Yeah.
yield any result.
Both of them have to be pushed, and
Exactly.
there has to be. I guess I don't know. Maybe they need to have like a bunch of whales that need to buy the NFTs. The whole thing with Miguel was saying you have to buy it, list it, do this stuff. So there has to be some healthy people out there that are buying these things too.
Yeah. I just feel like the problem is that it needs to be done constantly. So if it's not done constantly, the price of the coin is never going to go up, or it won't have any value for it. That's the only thing that it does.
Yeah.
I think that of all of them, Punkster is the one that probably has, because everything it's all just feeding into that one.
Yes, it's all tied back.
Like even like the genuine undead, their one it's. I mean, it's been positive for them. As long as I think that you can kind of detach yourself and say like, okay, this who knows what's going to happen with it? Let's see what goes on. I mean, that's how I would do it. Me, I'm deathly afraid of owning and having a token, even if it's like a token that's not like I've been scorched by them through our community and in my pocket.
We've been scorched by them.
We all have.
Oh, we lost him.
We lost.
Whoa, sorry.
He's back.
Yeah. So even just to pull up the.
I'll be back.
Okay. He's gone.
Even just to pull up the TokenWorks page for Genuine Undead, it's like here's the token, but then I can show you what it's done. Right. So almost 9% of the supply is burned. It's holding one NFT right now, but I think
Yeah.
it shows how many it's sold. Look how many it's sold. It's sold 47 NFTs for almost an ETH of profit. I mean, that's not bad when you look at what the floor price is, right? So there's a net gain there.
I guess.
Because the higher the sale, the more it gets burned, and that's what feeds the cycle.
Yeah, but I feel like at the beginning, yeah, this works, but I don't think that I don't see the long term use for it. I
Yeah.
just don't see it. I don't see it without something backing it. Not that I don't see it, if that makes sense.
Sure. Let's look at the vibes.
Same thing. It's probably the same thing.
Well, they're holding 312 of the NFTs, so
But
they
look at this
pushed the
chart.
floor price, I think. Let's see, sales. Look at that. They've sold 90. They've had 96 ETH in profit from those sales. So this community like went way the fuck hard into it. DJP, I think that is Casey's problem. This is why we kicked him off the show. This community leaned in hard. And if you remember, we went over. They had a pretty deep flywheel as to what their plan was for this.
Yeah.
And so I think they created further incentive by basically saying if you buy one of the NFTs that was bought by the strategy, you get an additional incentive, like additional rewards by that. So there's other ways to build on top of it. They've had
Incentivize?
22% burned.
22% is a lot.
It's a lot, and they're holding 312. So all three of those 312 relisted higher than they bought it for, right? So that is certainly pushing the floor price. I don't think they show floor price here, but let's take a look on the old. How do I get a good vibes club? Can you give me one for my birthday?
Sure.
Thank you. So their floor price sitting at 0.858, almost $2,000. Look back, it's been more than 30 days for them, but their floor price is way up.
Yeah, they were able to maintain the floor price.
Yeah. Look,
Sorry about that.
they clearly did something
Very
good with theirs.
We're looking at good vibes, and it looks like the strategy coin has worked for them. So far, at least.
For who?
Good vibes.
Club.
But their community
Who has it worked for?
Good vibes club.
You can see on their floor price has gone up significantly recently. And then if you look at their page on TokenWorks, you can see that the NFTs sold from the strategy, they sold 792 NFTs with a profit of almost 100 ETH just from relisting. So they buy it they relist 20% higher, and those get sold at the higher rate, and they've profited almost 100 ETH on that. And they've burned 22% of the supply of their token.
Which is a lot. 22%.
So it's moving in the right direction, right? It's certainly moving. And they're holding 312 NFTs. So those 312 NFTs are all ones that have been listed higher than they were bought for. So it's working for them. It's working. Basically, what's going on with the Saints? You're migrating the Saints contract. What's happening with that? What's the story behind that?
Well, shit. Like a couple months ago, just migrating a contract was going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars, and now it'll cost you literally fucking $22. Like,
Yeah.
What the? I mean, I guess that's the positive in being such a shit market right now.
Yeah.
Everything is fucking tanking, and so are the prices to merge or to migrate. So Rebel Ants, I think you guys are waiting for me to push the button because like literally last night.
Fuck yes.
Because I'm down deep in this butthole. I'm like doing this all by myself, and I'm like literally I was almost about ready to push the migrate button, and I was like, time out. Someone needs to check this. like I can't. I could fuck this up so like because AI is not always right. And I don't know. I've always been a bit weary about making contracts with them.
Yeah.
But the theory is very simple. It's not. It's like you just move to a ERC 271C, and those are enforceable contracts. I think what happens is they just and OpenSea and Magic Eden, they suggest it, and so I don't think there's going to be any other marketplaces bigger than them in the near future. So I'll just ride with those two guys.
We were just talking about that.
it's like you mint with the ERC271A, so that's for mass minting at really low prices, and then so for the Saints, it's just going to mint straight to your wallet. Um, but I mean, I think right now, any way that you merge or migrate is still going to be cheap, even if you do the old way, and even if you mint them all yourself. Um, I mean, that could be a little bit pricey, but with the C and the A, because they're designed for cheaper gas, and because gas is really, really, really low. Like I was running a simulation the other day. Gas was at 0.013.
Wow.
And
That's
they're like,
super
it
cheap
would have
right now.
cost you $7. I'm like, so part of me, I'm like, can't be right.
Yeah.
It can't be this easy.
Yeah.
But I'm right there about to do it, so I'm just getting clearance from the marketplaces to make sure I don't really fuck this up, and to make sure that we can move the stats over, because we have like over 600 ETH in volume, and it'd be a waste to not have that tacked on to the profile.
Sure.
So we're doing that, and then the Saints contract has been a bit of a shit. It's been a shitty contract because we did it with this business back in the day where like it was their business to make contracts,
Yeah.
and then they were ugly. So we're stuck on this contract, and so now I have access to the full contract. I'm adding little bells and whistles in there. I'm even putting a little bit of a blacklist in there, so just in case we got a nuisance spot, maybe we can put his address there. And, they're always going to come back, but like we just kind of fuck with some people. I don't exactly know how that works. I added it. Like I don't know if it's real, but I'm throwing this out to my dev friends. Like, can you verify this stuff? And like hopefully I don't like nuke the Saints. Like, all right guys, it's time to migrate. Death.
Yeah.
They're all gone.
I hope not. I got a lot of fucking Saints.
Yeah.
Is that my arm?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, it's you. Fucking this up. Okay.
Me.
Your case. The case.
The Rebel Ants contract is that way too, right? We launched off of
Yeah. So,
what was that, Bueno.art, and that doesn't exist anymore either, right? So,
no, they're still there. It's just that we can't even enforce royalties because of the contract that we have. So in order for us to do anything, we will have to move it to a different contract too.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm on their website now. It's the same, really, but
Yeah.
it's not owned by the same. It's not owned by the person who created it, so it's just been handed off, and probably no development is my guess.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We just got to figure out how to. I think I'm waiting for KC to finish doing that. So see if it works. If it works, then
Yeah, hurry up, old man.
Then we're gonna try that.
I think he's speaking.
Casey, I can't hear you. You're muted.
I think I'm gonna do it from the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Say again?
It's so choppy. I'll be back.
And he's gone again.
again.
He's gone again.
I was thinking about this for a while now because when we were trying to migrate to Ape, I came across that 721C, right?
Yeah.
Which is the one that enforces royalties and all that stuff. Remember, we were having a lot of issues with that. And at one point, I was like, maybe we should migrate the whole contract to a new contract, a 721C. And then I just kind of was like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to push the button because there was too much uncertainties on doing that at the time. Right? But I think now it's much easier. So I guess we'll wait to see what happens with Casey and his.
What does he think happens if he migrates? Everyone needs to mint the new.
I think it just gets airdropped, but it's much cheaper now. It's only going to cost you like $20 to airdrop everybody, pretty much.
Airdrop everybody.
Yeah, you could probably gang airdrop, right? Like when we were airdropping for our collection before we sold out, it was expensive, man. Like I spent a lot of money doing that.
I know you did. You're a good man. You're a man of the people. So would that still work on Ape?
What do you mean? If we were to migrate to Ape?
Yeah, the way that he's talking about, like a new contract.
Well, it's the same thing. It's just a different contract, but it's much easier to just do from ETH to ETH, which is what he's doing.
Right.
Right? He's not jumping to a different chain. He's just staying on ETH. He's just going from ETH to ETH.
Yeah.
It's just moving from a 721A to a 721C. So
We got people joining now on X, but I don't see any comments coming through on X. It could be because nobody cares. Nobody's actually watching now, or something's wrong.
yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to assume nobody cares.
But yeah, it's been a while since we've done this, and my 3D printer is just rocking right now. Yeah, man. So we need to really look into that and see if we can migrate into the 721C soon.
Hey, man, I'll follow your lead, all right? You just tell me what to do.
Yeah. And we need to take care of.
Yay, Lavender's here. Thank you, Lavender, for caring. We're here
We
for
need to take care of the images in Bueno. So we got to take them out of there and put them into Pinata or something.
Oh, boy. Is he back offline? That was fast.
Case, can you hear me? No. It's like offline, online. I don't know what's happening.
Offline, online.
No. Where is he?
We broke it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's figure out. I want to do what's best for the battle system so we can have more people participate, have bigger rewards, and more.
Well, I still don't think I still don't think that I want to migrate to Ape anymore. Are you back now? Are you good now?
What's happening? Am I screwing your shit up?
A little bit.
Now you're good.
I'm better now, yeah. You look like you're on a roller coaster. Is that where you're joining us
Yeah,
from?
where are you?
God, now I can't hear shit.
Oh my god. Can you hear us? Case. No, nothing. Zero.
Zero.
Yeah, he's definitely cannot hear us.
Oh, it's Snow Bay.
Can you hear us now?
Lavender Snow Bay.
I don't know if you can hear us.
No, he can't hear shit.
Are you guys talking? Because I can't
Yes.
hear shit.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
I think it's
Can you
you.
hear us now? Can you hear us now?
It's fine. He's on a roller coaster. He's mid roller coaster ride.
Fuck me life. Fuck me life.
Miguel, listen to this.
Fucking hell.
One time I was at Six Flags with a group of friends,
Yeah.
and we were going up the roller coaster, like at the start, and I was sitting next to my friend. You know what I did? I unclipped his seatbelt buckle.
Why would you do that? In a roller coaster? You were trying to kill him?
They stopped the roller coaster right on the incline, and they walk up, the little safety walkway that only the employees are taking, and the guy walks right up to me, and he's like, "What? Did you guys unbuckle your belt?" And my dad had to buckle his
you're
belt back.
crazy.
I could have killed him. That was such a shitty thing
Yeah,
for
you
me
could
to
have
do.
killed
Imagine
him,
it
yeah.
didn't stop.
I'm glad you're laughing about it like it's nothing.
Well, him and I
Crazy.
still laugh about it. Him and I have done a number of things to each other just to fuck with each other.
Lavender said bolt and death. Yep, that's correct. That's Casey in a nutshell.
Listen, I have to bounce sooner than later. I've got some
Yeah.
familial responsibilities to tend to, but I'm glad we could do this. Now, can you remind the people what's happening this week? There's something happening, what, Monday, Tuesday? What is it?
Tuesday. We're starting Spaces on Tuesday, so it should be fun. We're gonna start Spaces with Mo Retro thing, and we're gonna start Spaces with Vicky. It's gonna be all of us in a big giant space, and whether there's 0 people listening or 1, we're gonna do it every single fucking day except Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, so we're starting
And-
Tuesday. It's going to be daily, meaning Monday,
gonna be
Tuesday,
daily, yeah.
Thursday, Friday.
It's gonna be daily.
Oh, boy.
Days. Can you hear us
Oh,
now,
boy.
Casey?
We got to get you a real phone,
Can you hear?
and we need you on like Starlink or something. Can we get you Starlink access?
I'm just gonna buy you a phone and ship it to you.
Look,
Oh my God, he's gone again.
All right, 3
There
strikes.
you go. Are you back? No.
Speaker connected. Seahawks for the win. Pat suck. That's his
Christ.
name.
I lost my train of thought.
Seahawks.
Okay.
Seahawks for the win.
No, I was talking about Spaces.
Yes.
So we're gonna talk a lot about art. It's gonna be mostly about art stuff and the market. And he just texted me FML. Never mind. Yeah, so we're going to talk about art. We're going to talk about crypto. We're going to talk about NFTs, a little bit about everything, Web 2, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be some good conversations, man. So I hope people will listen and if they go
Join
to my
in.
X,
Join the conversation.
yeah, join the conversation. If they go to my X now, they can actually save it now because I put it up already for Tuesday. So
That's a great idea.
calendar ready to go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's easier for me to be on phone and spaces than sitting here on camera, you know, as I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That it'll be so much easier to
Yeah.
do certain things. I still want to do the video thing. Obviously, we're never going to stop this, but
No, of course, of course.
yeah,
We will never stop this, except next Sunday we're not going to be live because we're watching the Super Bowl. But if you want to stream, you know, sometime earlier in the day or whatever it is, we'll make that happen. We could do
that is correcto.
All right, brother.
Hi, bro.
I got to bounce. Any final thoughts about the market crash and what? People
No, it'll go back up. Just people need to
exactly.
anything.
It'll go back up.
Yeah, I did want to show a preview of the warning book, but we'll do it another time.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that on the next stream.
Yeah,
I'm liking it.
and that's it.
I'm liking it. All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us. Again, head over to YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're on X, give us a like and a follow. Give us a retweet, a bookmark, whatever it is. We just need all your
tip of $1 something.
Super tip of $1. Head over to supertip.gg/rebel. Send a tip, a voice tip, a text tip, AI tip. Bye, Kevin. Bye, DJ Peak.
Are you done now?
Goodbye.
Peace. Good night, everybody.
Peace. Oh my God, how do I get out of here?